regarding LGBTQ concerns. We are seeing rainbow at the left side corner. It is invented in 1978 by Bayer. It has, whenever it is started, it is invented, it has 8 colors. And I would like to, that 8 colors, actually today the program, the DEI seminar is organized by all the 8 clubs. So it's very fantastic actually, all the 8 clubs come together and they have arranged this program. You can say that this is the first step actually. I think Rotary also has 7 focus areas, and in future, one more focus area will be added. It will again become the 8 focus areas, that is diversity, equity and inclusion. Is alright, Tina?
This year is got it.
Okay, great. But I feel that it should not have any color. That color should mix with every color. I really appreciate and welcome District DEI team. Whoever are there, come here. Again, last 7 days actually, when we have decided that we are going to host this program, I have gone through so much articles, so many videos, and literally I was shattered actually. I really feel from which stage these people have gone actually, coming out and facing rejections and then acceptance and the path. And really these are the role models actually. And I really appreciate everyone. I'm not taking so much time with few poems of, actually one poem, that is 8-line poem of Keshav Sud, Kavivarya Keshav Sud. त्यांच्या त्या पोएमनं मी माझ्या वेलकम स्पीचचा एंड करेन. एक तुतारी द्यामज आणुनी फुंकीन जीमी सो प्राणाने दीर्घ तिच्या त्या किंकाळीने भेदून टाकीन सारी गगने जुने जाऊ द्या मरणा लागुनी जाळूनी किंवा पुरुनी टाका सडतने एका ठाई ठाका सावध ऐका पुढल्या हाका खांद्यास चला खांदा भिडवणी एक तुतारी द्यामज आणुनी. शेवटची लाईन आहे. शूरांनो या त्वरा करारे समतेचा ध्वज उंच धरारे नीतीची द्वाही फिरवा रे तुतारीच्या या सुराबरोबर. With this, let's make them fly as much as high. Let them accept with due respect. Thank you.
District Director DEI Rotarian Tina, District Chair DEI Rotarian Bridge, Sethi, invited speakers, dignitaries in the auditorium, presidents of all the participating clubs, my fellow Rotarians and friends, good evening to each one of you. I am Dr. Smita Jog, President, Rotary Club of Pune, Shivajinagar, and I am very much happy to introduce Bindumadhav Khire, who is the opening batsman for today's session. He hails from Pune. He has done BE in Computer Science and LLB thereafter. After having his career in IT for about 10 years, which includes 3 years in USA, he left his career at the age of 35 in IT and thereafter started working for the rights of LGBTI. He has taken tremendous efforts to create awareness of their problems and health issues. Initially through his trust, Samapathik, and now through the non-profit organization, Bindu Iyer Right Foundation, he provides support to LGBTIQ community through various activities. He has been organizing Pune annual LGBTIQA Pride Walk since 2011. He has written 8 books, both in English and Marathi, 3 plays, and made 2 short films. He has edited quite a few Marathi books and Diwaliyans. He was the director of Advait, Pune Queer International Film Festival, and Mook Nayak, the first 2 Marathi LGBTIQ literary festivals. He has published number of essays, videos, and his interviews are available on 3 podcasts. He has conducted sessions on sexuality at various medical and non-medical colleges, workplaces of corporates, and he has presented papers at medical conference as well. He has conducted sessions for educational institutes of journalism and mass communication, and also for law students and advocates. I feel we are privileged to have him today with us. I now request him to address the audience. Thank you for patient listening.
They have not done it. They allow a gay man to adopt a child. That's law. But they do not allow a gay couple to adopt a child. Why not? Since we will not have biological children, it's all the more important that we be given protection so that we are able to do it. So we have a long way to go. We have a lot of, I'm happy to say that today we have a lot of psychiatrists who are on our side, a lot of psychologists who are on our side, reporters who are favorable to us, companies who work with us. We have someone like Tina who is there, who is working so much on DEI, LGBT DEI. You have parents like Uttara, she will talk about her journey, so I will not elaborate on that. Fantastic parents. We are seeing more and more people who are coming up and supporting us. So this journey, although I'm a figurehead, there have been a lot of people, and including Rotary. This is not my first session with Rotary. I've had a few sessions with Rotary and Innerville also. And it is because of you taking the time out to listen to an issue which would otherwise you would not be interested in, or you may not feel important enough. That you have taken the time out to come here indicates that you are willing to engage, to listen. You may disagree, but the fact that you have given me this opportunity means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Speakers, but they are fantastic human beings. People who have so much meaning and purpose in their life. And that's what we salute today. So thank you for accepting the invite and giving us the opportunity to take a peek into your world and to be able to understand it even better. It's very, very honored to introduce Mrs. Uttara Jadhav. I had the pleasure of talking to you while we were waiting, and the pride that you have for your son is at another level. So very, very happy to have you with us today. She hails from Pune and holds a Bachelor's of Arts in German and Logic from SP College and an MBA in Finance from IMDR. She also has an advanced diploma in Computer Systems and Systems Analysis from Maharashtra Technical Board. Mrs. Jadhav has over 18 years of experience in study abroad management, encompassing student affairs, academics, emergency response, logistics and operations, and staff management. She also has made immense contribution to information technology with over 28 years of experience in project management for software products and bespoke software development projects. Her expertise lies in software quality assurance, testing for software products, and application implementation. Ma'am has served as Assistant Resident Director and later as a Resident Director of the Alliance for Global Education Pune program. She has managed program operations, staff performance, and student affairs, and ensured high-quality program delivery. Additionally, Mrs. Jadhav has played a pivotal role in various organizations, IT project management, and quality assurance. Her social initiatives, huge, impressive as her professional achievements. She's worked as a secretary for Netratva Avardhani. Sorry for but I think I've got it right, not bad. Focusing on school children and leadership development. Moreover, she has trained adolescents at Bharat Forge Community Development Center and Bharat Forge Training Center, emphasizing happy family living and self-awareness. At today's Rotary DEI seminar, ma'am, we welcome you because you're going to be sharing something absolutely valuable. Your personal experience as a mother of a gay son, providing invaluable insights into the journey of acceptance and understanding within the LGBT community. Your perspective as a parent is absolutely crucial in broadening our knowledge of LGBTQ issues and fostering a more inclusive society. Ma'am, I would step down and
be worried or scared for any reason ever. And the third thing is we would face challenges and we would face those challenges together holding each other's hands and we will get through it. This was a promise that I made to myself and I'll tell you, it has been a wonderful journey. Now the point comes when I had a little bit of knowledge, I could understand my son, I could accept my son, there was no question about it. Why do I want to talk about it? I want to talk about it now because it is hard for many people. It is extremely difficult. And second thing is unawareness of this community and the concepts and the life of this community people, it gets a reaction of violence. It gets a reaction of erasing. If you know a gay person, you don't even look at that person. And that person is a human being. How can you erase such a person from just your visual? No, that shouldn't happen. And third thing is people refuse help. When a child comes out, people say, "Kaitari boltoy, asa kai nastats." And even if the child says that, let's go talk to a psychiatrist, parents won't accept it. And when I realized that, I decided that I need to share my experiences. In 2016, I walked with Bindu's Pride with my son for the first time. I was very, very ill at that time. So I could walk from Sambhaji Bagh to Deccan Gymkhana, and then my son put me in a rickshaw and I went home. And in that small patch of road, there were so many young boys who would come and say, "Hello, auntie, can we meet?" And it was so incredible to see that these unknown children want to come and talk to me. So I have been thinking about it and I was trying to figure out what needs to be done. When I was thinking why it is hard for people, I just want to be sensitive to the parents as well. It is hard for them because their dreams are broken. But their dreams involve their child who is an individual, who has his or her own identity, who has his or her own choices. And we build dreams without really taking consent of that little person and say that you broke my dream. That's not fair. That is one of the reasons why it is hard. Second reason why it is hard is because we are never taught flexibility in our life. We are taught systems. We are taught family structures. We do not know flexibility. Third thing, आपली प्रतिष्ठा, reputation of my family. You are damaging our reputation. No, let us redefine reputation. Next point is समाजातलं स्थान, your status. How on the earth your status can be damaged by your child? If you ever think that it is damaging, आत्मपरीक्षण करायची गरज आहे. We all need to introspect and figure out what is status for me, what is pratishtha for me, what is family for me. If I am not able to understand my own child, why it is so hard for me? But let us accept that it is hard because it is different. We are so used to living in things that we know that anything other than this is very, very hard. The next point which came to my mind was how to deal with this unawareness. Okay, if your difficulty is getting generated because of unawareness, your hurt is getting generated because of your unawareness, we need to fix that, right? And when I was going to that Pride walk, Harish introduced me to his mother, who have a Swikar group in Bombay. That group is of parents of LGBTQ children. So I became a member, and now I am looking after Pune branch of Swikar, and we are in touch with each other. Pune group is still working on understanding our own realities, but the work has been started. Then the next thing which I realize is parental awareness needs work, because this community, LGBT community, is very close-knit. They get to know. So I started getting phone calls or WhatsApp messages saying that, Auntie, can I come and meet you? So there was such young boy, very intelligent, full of life, wanted to come and meet me. And when he came, he said, my mom doesn't accept. She needs time. But I wanted to talk. And I got your number. And he is my son now from that day. He comes, meets me, talks with me. And just last week, I spoke with his mother on phone, and she said she did not talk about her son's sexuality. She said, Ekda ghari ya na cha piyuya. That's a great beginning. Then another example is of a young man from South India whose mother knows only Kannada. She's not comfortable with any other language. For 14 months, I was looking for a counselor who is not homophobic and will be able to speak in Kannada with this mother, because this mother used to call her son, who works in Pune, and cry on the phone. And he said, Auntie, my heart breaks. Every time my mother calls and cries on phone, I don't know what to do. Please help me. For 14 months it took to find a person who would speak in Kannada with that mother. Aruna Desai is a Swikar member in Bombay, and Meghana Kulkarni, who knew Kannada, they came down from Bombay to my place. We invited Dhruv and his mother to my place. We all had meal together and we spoke with her. And since then, one thing has stopped. That mother has stopped crying, and this young man had a lot of suicidal thoughts. That has stopped. Another example is of a young man who's a teacher in an army school. He came to me, he actually messaged me on WhatsApp and said, I need your help. I said, okay, come over, we'll talk. He came with his parents. He did not tell me, neither did he tell his parents whom we were meeting. So I was a little puzzled because I didn't know if he had told them anything about me. So I said, Namaskar, काय मदत करू आपल्याला? So the father said, I don't know why we are here. And then that young man just with his eyes said, please talk to them. So I said, बरं, काका, तुमच्या मुलाला लग्न नाहीये करायचं मुलीशी. सांगितलंय ना त्याने तुम्हाला? ते म्हणाले, हो, त्याच्यासाठी आलोय का आम्ही? म्हटलं, हो, त्याच्यासाठी आलाय तुम्ही. And then that young man had told me that his mother was illiterate, okay? And that auntie started crying. And the father said, we have asked the doctor, we can marry this guy. So the mother said, who was told to me that she's illiterate, she said, oh, we did not tell the doctor that our child does not like women, he likes men. And then the father said, medicine has improved so much. Don't you think there could be a medicine for this? So I said, Kaka, nahi ho. These children are born like that. What we can do is we can give them love. So the auntie said, what will he do after we pass away? So I said, he'll take care of himself. So she said, how? So I said, you know your son best. Please help him to be a very capable individual. You know what he doesn't know. Teach him that. He should be able to take care of himself. He would get a partner to be with, but if he doesn't, he should be able to be happy in his own life. And they were like, we are not bad people. We won't marry him. But we just wanted to know if there is any other way. So as I said in the beginning, that we have to be sensitive to the parents' heartbroken condition because their dreams are broken. But at the same time, we have to help them accept the reality. Everyone wants nothing else but understanding and love. All these examples that I have told you are mild trauma. I'm working with a girl right now whose mother beats her up. We cannot do anything. I sent her to a psychiatrist. She's working on it. But I'll tell you, this questions our idea of parenthood. What are we trying to do? Why are we linking our life to our children's life like this? We need to think about it. And there is another very important point that while just talking, if we say that ते तसली मुलं आहेत ती, तुम्ही तुमच्या मुलाचा विश्वासघात करता, नका करू तसं. कारण ते मूल जन्माला येतं तेव्हा तुम्ही त्याचं जग असता. That life that you give to your child, you suddenly tell the child that you don't belong. Let's not do that. I want to put this point in front of you because essentially allies who support the community and their friends have greater role in acceptance. You can help your friends, the families who have children from the community, and educate yourself and help
each other to have a good life. Okay? Love and respect are the pillars of quality of life. That is how I think about it. We all are going to get old. If our children should look after us with love, we need to give love. They shouldn't be doing it as a duty. They should be doing it as माझे आई बाबा आहेत. My parents, they should be able to do that. That's why we should not be hurting them. And I'll stop by telling you that during this journey, and with lot of ups and downs, social reactions, managing friends' reactions, families' reactions, relatives' reactions, what has happened is me and my son have grown to be closer and wonderful friends. And that is what should happen to every child in the community. If you want to help people from the community, just meet them, talk to them, try and understand. And let's work together to build a better life. The world can be a beautiful place if we actually follow diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is not only in corporate field that we need to talk about these concepts. It is in our families. It is in our everyday life that we have to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Yatish Bhatt from Rotary Club of Chinchwad. With great honor, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Umang Sheth. Rotary International District 3131 takes great pleasure in presenting the award for professional excellence to Umang Sheth on this day, Friday, 5th January 2024. Umang Sheth is an esteemed speaker, counselor, a change enabler renowned for his significant contribution to LGBTQ community in India. He co-founded Mr. and Mr. in 2021, an innovative gay matchmaking initiative designed to help individuals find life partners in a healthy and supportive environment. His dedication on mental health and community support is evident on his founding of the Club of India in 2017, which provides essential support to LGBTQI individuals and allies dealing with mental illness.
Before I start, I would like to thank Rotary for making this year's theme of diversity, equity and inclusion. A big round to Mr. Pradip and Mr. Jyotendra for such progressive steps for taking something new this year. So I'm just going to pour my heart out, and you have heard a lot of good things about me. I've started so many things, but I want to share my story. I was not like this. When I came into my senses, I have very low self-confidence. I had zero self-esteem. I come from a so-called dysfunctional family. Okay, जब मुझे एहसास हुआ, I realized कि मेरी मम्मी भूतों से बात करती है. My mom was hallucinating, talking to ghosts, and my father, whenever he got salary, he went to casinos and gambling houses and didn't come home for days. I come from a background where my parents had mental illness. My mother had schizophrenia, my dad had bipolar. I was very ashamed of my parents. With all this mental illness of my parents, I happened to be gay. Very effeminate, pansy, ladki, baila, chakka, ijada, namard. I grew up listening to all this. So I was very ashamed of myself. मुझे डर लगता था बचपन में कि लोग मुझे क्रिकेट खेलने बुलाते थे, मैं बैट भी नहीं पकड़ सकता था, मैं डरता था because I wanted to play with dolls. मुझे तो रंगोली करनी थी, and they wanted me to play cricket, football, and I was so ashamed कि मैं तो लड़की हूँ, लड़की की टीम में जातू तो I grew up with this very low self-esteem, low confidence, because घर में तो मम्मी तो भूतों से बात करती है और डैडी तो 10 दिन घर पे नहीं आते, वो तो क्लब में है, गैम्बलिंग कर रहे हैं. And what about me? मैं तो बाइला हूँ. So I could tell you, if it is 0, I was -10. That was my confidence on. I realized later in law, somebody told me very, very profound, and that changed my life. My mom did not choose schizophrenia. Schizophrenia chose my mom. My dad did not choose bipolar. Bipolar chose my mom. My dad, मेरे पापा बुरे इंसान नहीं है, उन्हें बुरी बीमारी है. Right? I have to fight with the illness, not with my dad. So, similarly, I did not choose to be gay. I was born gay. Of course, being gay, homosexuality, alternate sexuality is not mental illness. But I did not choose to be gay. I was born gay. So, how do I move this? Yeah. Okay, Okay. Yes, I did not choose to be gay. I was born gay. मैं ऊपर गे की लाइन में नहीं खड़ा था. I was born gay. Okay. So let's move to the next. Self-acceptance. So today's topic is self-acceptance.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So self-acceptance comes with, so today's topic is empowering today, preventing suicides tomorrow. And empowering starts with self-acceptance. First, I have to accept myself, because out of the world is straight and I am in minority. किधर भी जाओ तो मैं लड़की जैसा हूँ, मैं लड़की, I act like a girl, I talk like a girl, I sit like a girl, I wear like a girl. So people are going to ridicule. मेरा मजाक उड़ाने वाले हैं. So my self-confidence is going to be very low. Right? So I have to accept myself. Accept कैसे करूँ? And here is the statistics. This is something so beautiful and powerful. अगर आपके लड़के की green eyes है, my son has green eyes. 2% of the population has green eyes. And you are proud, you will flaunt, you will put it on social media कि मेरा लड़का या लड़की की blue eyes है. 4 to 8% are LGBT. Why aren't you proud? If 2% is exclusive, so is 4 and 8%. So why are you embarrassed? 2% is something to be proud about. Green eyes, blue eyes, grey eyes. मांजरी आका है. हाँ, माझा मुलाची मांजरी आका है. You're so happy. तो माझा मुला gay आहे, lesbian आहे. Proud नको. कशाला? 2% is exclusive. 8% is also exclusive. You need to understand. You are different. You are not abnormal. You are in minority, not abnormality. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about this. Similar example I'll give you. Because we are talking about self-acceptance, talking about empowering. अगर आपको कोई बुके देता है ना, रोज का बुके, you accept all colors ना, ये red rose, yellow rose, pink rose, white rose. You will not say कि मुझे red rose नहीं चाहिए. You accept all colors. All roses are part of nature. So are all sexualities. Right? If you accept all colors of roses, why are you not accepting all colors of sexuality? Why aren't you accepting gay, lesbian, transgender? They are also part of nature, ना? आप नहीं बोलते कि white rose नहीं चाहिए, तो क्यों बोल रहे homosexuals नहीं चाहिए? White rose चाहिए ना? They are also part of nature, so we are also part of nature. Yeah? Let's move on. My sexuality is not abnormality, it is in minority. कोई भी चीज जो minority में है, there is going to be bullying, there is going to be a problem. It's a minority challenge, but it is not abnormality, it is in minority. I can't change my sexuality. but you can change your mind, right? Stop telling me कि तुम शादी के बाद बदल जाओगे, तुम्हें साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास लेके जाते, एवर्जन थेरेपी कराते. No, I am not a disease to have a cure. I am not a problem to be fixed. I am what I am. This is the way I was born. God made me like this. That's the way God made everybody, right? So I can't change myself, but you can change your mindset. कि I am not a problem, I am not abnormal, मैं समाज की गंदगी नहीं हूँ, मैं जैसे भगवान ने उसे बनाया है वैसा ही हूँ मैं. So you need to change your mindset. I don't need to change, right? My behavior is not deviant, it is different. ये गंदगी नहीं है, ये अलग है, मैं अलग हूँ सबसे. Okay, I am different. Why are you telling that? See, जो समझ में नहीं आता है ना, हमें लगता है बुरा है. जो समझ में नहीं आता है वो अलग है. It is मुझे like ChatGPT बुरी नहीं है, वो अलग है. अभी हम समझ में आ रहे हैं हमें, right? Our mindset is that we don't understand that it is abnormal, weird. No, it is different. Okay, this is my favorite subject. So you are going to receive a lot of self-acceptances that you deal with bullies. So many bullies, you know, कि तुम ऐसे क्यों चल रहे हो, तुम लड़की की जैसे क्यों कपड़े पहनते हो, why are you walking like a girl, sitting like a girl, talking like a girl, why don't you want to come out and play football but you want to watch fashion TV? There is lot of bullying. Okay, now I'll give you how to deal with bullies, even if it is your kids or whatever. You can't change the outside world. It's going to take a lot of time. 20 साल पहले अगर today I'm 50 years old. If somebody told me 25 years back that तू बाइला है, चक्का है, इजड़ा है, नामर्द है, I would go and cry and I would tell भगवान, why did you make me like this? मुझे ले लो, please take me, I want to die. Why did you make me like this? Today, if somebody tells me baila, chakka, ijada, my thought process is somebody has put into his head that we should be bullied, ridiculed and teased. He was not born hating me. He has got nothing personal against me. समाज ने उसके दिमाग में डाला है, उसके पेरेंट्स, उसके peer groups, उसकी सोसाइटी ने डाला है. He doesn't hate me. Once I understand this, that it is a bigger problem, not just me, दिमाग उसका किसी ने डाला, implant किया है, I am free. I am free. I is no suffering because what he is telling me, whether it is मोटा है, काला है, वो समाज ने उसके दिमाग में डाला है. He doesn't hate me. He's not born hating me. If I understand, I am free. I am free. I am liberated. If I keep telling myself कि उसके वजह से मुझे दर्द हो रहा है, उसने मुझे बाइला बोला, छक्का बोला, इजड़ा बोला, I am giving him the power. I am giving him the power to make me suffer pain. But I want to take that power back to myself. I won't allow you to make me ridicule or pain. I don't give you that power. Because what you are doing is the influence of the society. उसने बोला तो थोड़ी मैं हो गया. If he says I am girly, I am not girly. I am not fitting into your definition of manly. I am not girly. I am not fitting into the image you have of a man. Understand? उसने बोला, अगर मैं बचपन में था तो जाके बोलता था, ओ मम्मी इसने मुझे सेल्फिश बोला या इसने मुझे क्रूअल बोला, एंड मम्मी बोली उसने बोला तो तू हो गया, नहीं ना मैं भूल जाता था. तो अभी क्यों मैं पकड़ के बैठा हूँ? Why can't I let go? Yeah, why can't I let go? Let's move on. मुझे आज सब लड़की लोग के बीच में जाके कुछ करना है तो लोग क्या बोलेगा? हाँ बायला सारखा है, पोरगी सारखा फरतो आहे, क्या है? Sudha Murthy 40 years was the only girl in the man's college. Yeah? If Sudha Murthy can learn engineering among all boys, why can't I learn nursing among all girls? Right? Why can't I do dancing, or why can't I why can't I be the only boy among the girls to learn sewing, stitching, knitting? Sudha Murthy did 40 years. Mazi Murgi, my daughter is with shoulder to shoulder to men. Then why can't my son be shoulder to shoulder with women? Why? Yes, you need to think about it. If a woman enters a man's domain, she is put on a pedestal. But if a man wants to become a sari draper, makeup artist, he is ashamed. Why? We need to think about this. So, if Sudha Murthy can be apart, why can't I be the only man in the girl wear ghagra over here? Why can't I be the only person wear a pink dress over here? Why can't I only man wear sandal over here? If 40 years she can do, then today I can't. I can, right? Bappi Lahiri, Rambaho, ha, ऊपर से नीचे सोने की दुकान. If Bappi Lahiri can wear jewelry top to bottom, why can't I wear makeup top to bottom? You accepted Bappi Lahiri. Can you accept your son wearing a lot of makeup? You accepted him wearing a lot of jewelry, na? So why things change when it comes to son or other people? Bappi Lahiri सोने की दुकान अच्छा है, उसका स्टाइल है, तो तुम्हारा लड़का क्यों मेकअप नहीं कर सकता है जब वो ज्वेलरी पहन सकता है इतना? तो think about it. The problem is, you know what? We are different. So I'll give you an example which will show. If a fish will compare itself with squirrel, it is going to feel horrible, na? I am not in brown color. I can't climb a tree. I can't jump and down. I am only in water. A fish will not compare with itself with squirrel. If it compares, it's going to be so painful, na? A fish is a fish. A squirrel is a squirrel. A heterosexual is a heterosexual. A homosexual is homosexual. Why are we comparing? Right? If I compare myself, okay, my voice is not very manly, I'm not walking like a man, I don't like football, I like mehendi, I don't like cars, I like saris, then I'm going to suffer my whole life, na? Heterosexual is different, homosexual is different, squirrel is different, fish is different. You don't compare squirrel with fish. Then why compare a homosexual with heterosexual? They both are different. Right? क्यों तुम मर्दों की तरह चलते नहीं हो? तुम ये क्यों ऐसे बिहेव करते हो? ऐसा लड़की सारखा सा वागाई सा. I am like this. I am born to swim. A squirrel is born to swim. A squirrel is born to climb a tree. A fish is born to swim. A homosexual is born to maybe dance. I want to dance. I want to pursue dancing. And a heterosexual is want to pursue engineering. There is nothing wrong. Only thing is I am different. So don't compare me with a heterosexual. Don't tell me कि उमंग तुझे क्रिकेट क्यों पसंद नहीं है, या तू हमने सबने ब्लू शर्ट पहना है, तूने पर्पल पैंट क्यों पहना है? क्योंकि तुम लोग तो तैर रहे हो, मुझे तो झाड़ पे चढ़ना है. I am born to climb a tree. You are born to swim. We both are different. You are squirrel. I am squirrel. You are fish. I am homosexual. You are heterosexual. Clear? Yeah. Now क्या होता है ना? The problem is because I am different and so if I be with all the straight people, I'm going to feel horrible. No? I'm going to keep comparing. So what will fish do? Fish will go out and meet other fish. Squirrel will be with other squirrel to get a sense of belonging. I need a sense of belonging because I'm surrounded with straight people. And someone like Bindu who is given such support group, I need to go there and meet people like me. Right? So I can be with people whom I can discuss कि मुझे श्रीदेवी नहीं जैकी श्रॉफ पसंद है. Yeah, I can openly say that I want to go and watch a fashion show, not a football match. Right? मुझे तो डांस करना है, मुझे डांस, ये साड़ी का ये कलर, ये पल्लू कितना अच्छा है. I don't want to talk about cricket score, but I need to meet people like me who wants to talk something similar. And that's what I did. In 1998, when I was 24 years old, I started India's first support group called Gay Bombay. I started in 1998 and told people, okay, let's come and meet, because being gay was all about sex, 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 and I wanted to change that. So I called people and they can be themselves. They can move their hand, wear what they want, talk what they want. When I do that, when I create a safe space for them, I can be myself. If I can be myself, I can give my full potential at work and other areas of my life. If my energy goes in hiding myself, how can I be productive? If half of my energy is going कि और इसको मालूम पड़ जाएगा ये गे है तो मुझे ऐसे चलना है, मुझे ये नहीं पहनना है, मुझे ऐसे पहनना है, अगर प्रेजेंटेशन करके बुलाया तो मैं तो हाथ ऐसे करूँगा, ये लोग सब मेरे पे हंसेंगे. I am losing my productivity, I am losing my confidence. So I gave them a space where they can be themselves. For 15 years I did lovely events. Parents meet, which I'm very proud. I started India's first P flag. I got parents of gay people together to talk and share their ideas. To tell that my son is gay and your son is gay is absolutely fine. Let's talk. 25 years back, a mother would call me, her son, and us together. That was the acceptance, I created a space where you could go home and tell that I'm gay. I don't want to get married. Mom, I like boys. I don't like girls or whatever. You can be your true self. And I did lot of events for 15 years to give a space. And then what I said is India's first P flag, where I called a lot of parents and we talked about it. Because a mother will say that there's something wrong with my upbringing. That's my son is gay. There's nothing wrong with your upbringing. That's it. When you meet other women, other parents, then you go, okay, we are all together. And if today I want to come out to my mother, I will speak to another mother and say that, please speak to my mom. I want to come out. And if a mother is accepting the whole self-doubt, okay, if mother is accepting, there's nothing wrong with me culturally. There's nothing wrong with me morally if somebody's mother is accepting. I share a beautiful story which is so touching. So one of my friends, typical Maharashtrian family from Bombay, wanted to come out to his mother and say that I am gay. But he was so scared कि what will mother feel from middle class, not very educated. But उसने बहुत डरते बोला कि I me gay है. And the mother said, why didn't you tell me this before? When you were going through this whole trauma of accepting yourself, trying to come to terms with your sexuality, the pain you are going through, I was not there with you. I wish I had been there. I wish you had told me. That is acceptance. Sometimes we underestimate our parents, So what happens is, whole life we go through trauma. तू लड़की लोग का जैसा है, तू फिट कर, तुम ऐसे बर चलो, ऐसे करो, बाइला, छक्का, इजड़ा. And that's what happens, is we get mental illness. There is a statistics which Deloitte has done that 68% of the LGBT community have got some kind of mental health challenge. Because of the discrimination, sex abuse, trying to fit in, trauma, and this all comes out in adulthood. So in 2017, and we are a part of nature. We are not something abnormal. We are part of nature. Why can't we all be together as humanity? Third is, kal utke, if you are progressive, you are talking about LGBT, inviting people and friends, it is easier for your son, nephew, neighbor son to come out and tell you. He will suffer less if they see you that you are talking progressive and doing all this event. It will be easier, right? And why not? We are very creative people. We will help you to grow your business. We are very creative. And most importantly, you should accept us because we have a lot of money, pink money. Dinks, double income, no kids. We have a lot of disposable income. So it is in your interest to take. And last and the most important is that if you accept us and make us feel good, if you give us a sense of belonging, if I come to you and I can wear what I want to wear, I can behave what I want, I can move my hands the way I want to, if you give me a sense of belonging, I will work with sense of ownership. Yeah? If give me belonging, I'll give you ownership. एक डॉक्टर जब ओके जस्ट 1 मिनट, एक डॉक्टर अगर कोट पहनता है, आप उसके बोले कि आप डॉक्टर ये कोट पहनता है, कोई आपको डॉक्टर समझेगा, हाँ तो बिग डील. इफ समबडी इज वेयरिंग अ बॉयलर सूट, हाँ आपको कोई इंजीनियर समझेगा, बिग डील. तो अगर मैं पिंक पहनता हूं और आप बोलेंगे कोई आप सबको गे, आप आपको कोई गे समझेगा, बिग डील, राइट? If in all the auditorium, if one person is left-handed, will you change him? No. If it is as good as he's a doctor, he's an engineer, and I am gay. I don't want you to think I am gay. I want you to be sure I am gay. Because there is nothing wrong in me being gay. Yeah, it is the last slide I'll end up with. Sorry for making more time. This is empowerment. If tomorrow, over here, if your neighbor, your relative, or that nosy auntie says, तुम्हारा लड़का gay है, take him to a psychiatrist, उसको बदलो, and उसको बोलना कि मुझे तुम्हें psychiatrist के पास लेके जाना है कि मैं तुम्हारी सोच बदल सकूं. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and listening to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks.
Good evening. I am privileged to introduce the next speaker, the distinguished speaker of this unique program, Rotarian Tina Batra, a versatile personality and a very sensitive human being. She was born in Pune. Being a daughter of army officer, she was exposed to different cultures and places right from the childhood. She has completed masters in personnel management from University of Pune and has done certifications, international and national certifications. After 21 years of corporate experience, she started her own ventures, Sadabahar Movements, Agro Resort, and Tina Trans Thought Training Institute. She is a facilitator, coach, and consultant to many national and international consultancies and organizations. No wonder she was recognized by BJP's Business Cell Pune as Nari Shakti. She was also shortlisted for top 10 business leaders in Pune city by Woman Entrepreneur magazine. Her journey in Rotary began in 2016 with RCP Lokmanyanagar. During her presidency in 1920, she joined hands with corporates for a mega project, Donate a Mill. This was during COVID times. Since 2018, she has been working at district level. With her corporate background and training skills, she has completed many assignments at district, including that of assistant governor, faculty for leadership development, service projects for human development, focusing issues of LGBT community. She was instrumental in getting 5 transgenders securing employment. She firmly believes that Rotary is a powerful platform for giving back to the society, and she is a living example of this. Currently, she is the Director of DEI of our district, the first one to hold this position. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome. Over to you, madam.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are still awake. Entire journey. Thank you so much, Binduji, Jula, and thank you so much for you all being here, because we can do nothing without we all being inclusive, right? So our journey started with the LGBTQ community 3 years ago, actually. Okay, and that's when I met Binduji first time. And Binduji has always been my mentor whenever I've had to learn a little bit more and understand the entire community. Okay, thank you so much. There we go. Okay. So when we started earlier, 3 years ago, that time, as a part of the economic development team, is when there was only one, I was a district chair for exclusively the LGBTQ community. And we thought this is the only extension that is ever going to happen. But next year is when Jennifer Jones, who came as our RI president. It took 116 years for Rotary to get its first lady RI president. Okay, so you can imagine how much women have also had to move forward and get into this journey. But it's when she came aboard, it's when they said, now we need to start focusing on DEI. But actually the focus in DEI came into Rotary was more because we wanted Rotary to grow. We realized Rotary is very, very diverse, right? But where is the equity and inclusion? Okay, so that's how the journey started for Rotary. Okay, and that's when we started to grow, and that's when Bridge was actually the first person to have been nominated as a district chair for a 3-year position by RI. And then Bridge started to make his own team, and that's the first time we actually met and we launched our logo for DEI. Okay, so when that happened and we started working as a core team, we realized that there is a lot of work that actually needs to be done. And then when we were having conversations, we realized, how do we make Rotary DEI or equity and inclusive sensitive? Because whenever you go up to a Rotarian, they say, Rotary is very diverse. We are there in so many countries, we have so many Rotarians, we are all over the world. So, humko aur kya karna hai? And then we said, if we have to deal with this and if we really need to take it forward, humko kuch alag karna padega. And that's how our journey started. So next year, in Manju's year, this year is when again DI was supported by the RI president. And then our district governor, Manju, decided, that, yes, she called me one day to an office and said, Tina, we are going to be starting a vertical on DI and I want you to lead this vertical because I don't know where to start from, but I'm sure there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And then Pradip mentioned earlier, why we have 6 verticals and 7 verticals. Why is DI a separate vertical? I think a beautiful question. So DI became a separate vertical to show people it's not separate. DI is actually a thought in a person's mind, okay? But Rotary is used to doing action. So for us to understand the thought behind the action, this vertical had to be started. Okay, so thoda humne ghumaya usko. And then Bridge and I, one day we sat down and said, what do we do now? Right? How do we get our own Rotarians to be more inclusive and how do we get them to be more equitable? Because we are always doing social work, right? So that's when the whole conversation happened and we put the whole team together. I'm very happy. I have Alka, who's my co-director, and also my cops mate who's here with me. I have Mehul, also here in the audience, who's been very instrumental in the team, for us to go out and reach out to people, okay? So then we realized, let's start by working on the bigger umbrella of DEI, that is diversity, equity and inclusion. Let's start educating our people on what this is all about. And what do we do about this in our own clubs with our own club members? Okay, let's go to that level first. Because people are leaving Rotary. If there are people who are leaving the clubs, there is something that is not working for them. So are we actually giving people the platform or the space to be themselves? That is where the journey starts. And one fine day, people will, the journey will start from one little step and we will start going forward. And that's when we spoke to Manju, and Mehul was the video that you saw is actually made by Mehul. Is he still here? So yeah, he's sitting there. Yes, we went to Manju's office and he said, okay, now we are a DIT. Now we first need to demonstrate by example that yes, we are able to look at things differently. So we ensured we had a very diverse team, all different age groups that were there, different vocations that were there. Then we said, no, now if we keep talking in English in a whole district, nobody's going to understand us. So then we went to Manju, we started making the entire content of DEI in English and Marathi. We said, now you choose. Okay? We started reaching out to the clubs. And that's how our journey has started in baby steps. Okay? Till date, we've covered 31 clubs in the district who either come together in synergy or who've called us one-on-one to have sessions. The first session that I actually had was 3 years ago with Binduji in RCP Gandhi Bhavan, if you remember, where they said we only want to know more, understand more about what is gay. And we had 100% house full attendance, if you remember Binduji. That was one club that had actually reached out, and people have been coming forward in different spaces to us, right? But we said we will stick to the bigger umbrella, okay, where we educate our clubs and our club members on how can we be equitable to our people. Why is the service always outside and not inside? How are we taking care of the new members in our club? You know, how are we taking care of the people who come from a different community? Are we able to open the clubs for people from different religions, from different age groups, from different diversities? Okay, so we started in a very subtle manner so that people understand what diversity is all about, what equity is all about, and then how do we do inclusion. And what you see happen today is a complete demonstration of how the process takes over. Yeah, it's always about you starting something. But you know, when we call everybody on stage and whoever wants to come forward, that is the win for us today. In DEI, you know, as a district team, yes, you know, people are now there. People want to be there. People understand the sensitivities around it. Okay? So there were a few initiatives that we took as a district team because we realized that we had to set the ball rolling. Okay, so we had the presentations ready, we had the videos ready. We also started to make videos on the people in action. So what does that mean? People who don't belong to the diversity community, but people who actually work for them. Okay, so those are the kind of videos that we started to make and we're sharing with people to understand that diversity is really big umbrella. I think what ma'am just spoke was about making us better parents. You know, so if as a parent I am, not being okay with my child, irrespective of who my child is, that is bad parenting. I could have a daughter, who's healthy. I could have a daughter who's dark. I could have a daughter who has any other abnormality, or I could have a son like that. So as a parent, so what you spoke about, ma'am, is all about the core of a parent, right? So these are the sensitivities that we start focusing upon, okay? Then, because we have a great district governor with us, we said, how do we now get the clubs involved? Okay, so then we had conversations with her and said, can you give the clubs any credit? Because finally it's Rotary and all the clubs are also working on a point system, right? So can we bring that in? So I hope the presidents know, right, that if you have a DI session where you have minimum 30% attendance, you get 5 extra bonus points, right? So we change the system to become the system. That's the change. If you're doing a DI project, you get 10 extra points. So you don't need to be a club which has all the money in the world. You just need to be a club which is more inclusive, and you get 15 extra points and you go up the ladder. Okay, so that's the approach that actually we changed, and that's where the changes are happening today. So we also had inter-district seminars that have happened with Bangalore. A lot of DI directors are now getting together and seeing, what can we do more? How can things change? So I always say that, district team is nothing without the clubs. So all the credit goes to all the clubs who are doing different things and doing different projects. It could be as simple, as having a meeting like this, or it could be where, people are going ahead and doing projects, donating wheelchairs. So that's more about being equitable. If you see, the colors have been matched to the DEI logo. By the way, the DEI logo is also something that we created last year for the Avenue. The beauty for us as a district team started is when Rotarians started stepping forward. I think the first person who stepped forward, Mahesh, he's here in the audience. He just left? Okay. I will tell you more about that. There was this project we did, and it had a lot of media coverage, and we had people from the police who joined in, we had people from the news joined in. There was Chanda Devi Charitable Trust, who every year does a program, for 700 plus people from the LGBT community and from in Budhwarpet, and for the children of the sex workers. They said, Tina, do you think Rotary can join hands? And that's when we started discussions to see that, can Rotary join hands? And we had 10 clubs and Rotary clubs who joined hands with us. That's when the clubs have started to come forward and we started to do things. That was really a great game changer for all of us. The experience was very different. I always believe that, if you can experience something, if you can experience somebody's pain, if you can experience somebody's joy, if you can experience somebody's hard work or hardship, it is easier for you to understand the pain. Because all of us in this room also have some pains. And all we are looking for is for somebody to understand our pain. Right? So the journey is mutual. Right? So that's the journey, and that's when people started to wonder, there is so much that needs to be done. And what are actually we really doing? We are only touching the tip of the iceberg. So this was a huge program that we did. We got a lot of clarity, which got a lot of sensitivity built into our members. After that, we had another club, RCP Banir, who stepped forward. They said we would want to do a video contest only on DEI. And we would want people to be making 2 minutes videos and sending that to us. What a beautiful idea. We had 13 countries who participated. And we had not only Rotary, we also had non-Rotarians, we had NGOs who participated. Next week, I think we'll be announcing the results. So this is how, when you open your minds, people start coming together. Right? This was just an idea. So that is why the tribute always goes to the clubs who have brought things together. We as a district team only give a platform for getting all together. Right? Then there was another club that came forward and said, they joined hands with another NGO and said, we are going to do voter cards for the transgender community. And, to ensure that people come, we are going to be giving them food packets, 1 month ration. Look at the combination. Okay, so then this journey started. And it was a 2-day program that happened, the mayor, joined hands. So a lot of small things, you see how they keep growing as our minds have started to open. The only request whenever we went in a meeting was, can we do one thing differently? Can we think one thing differently? We have people working in our houses. How do we talk to them? If you had to invite somebody who never wants to be a Rotarian, what can you do? Can we start changing this thought? And once the thought changes, this is the power of the changed thoughts that you see in front of you. Okay? This is my team. Today's program I have not put here because this is happening today. And this is the power of, when one club decided, can we have this session today? There were 8 others who joined it, right? We have other institutes who've come in, we have retractors who've come in. This is what is being inclusive. And this is the win that we have today, and this is what we're proud of. And thankful to Rotary for giving us this platform and this space, for us to unite together and become better human beings is what I'm going to say. So thank you to all 3 of you, for coming forward and making us better people. And thank you for everybody who's participated for showing that you're ready to be inclusive. Thank you very much.
80%, 20%, there must be great exceptions, but exceptions are not examples. Shodasha Varsham Putram Mitram. We need to understand that. It is only that which will create acceptance and tolerance of notwithstanding what the differences are. We are not difficult, we are different. Bindu, you are the Kendra Bindu of this great activity. And he spoke straight from his heart. आप गले से नहीं बोले, आप यहाँ से बोल रहे थे. मैं बहुत ध्यान से देख रहा था. So sincere in your delivery. You were actually giving us education. Umang, यार तूने तो इतना होप दे दिया हमको. हमारा रोटरी का स्लोगन है क्रिएट होप इन द वर्ल्ड. कमाल कर दिया. In addition to everything that you said you are good at, I also confirm that you are a very fine actor. क्या कमाल की एक्टिंग कर रहा है, कभी यहाँ से वहाँ, कभी वहाँ से यहाँ, कभी बैठ रहा है, कभी उठ रहा है, कभी हाथ फेंक रहा है, कभी टांग फेंक रहा है। क्या कंट्रोल है यार, और कितनी अच्छी बोले, दिल को छू लिया आप लोगों ने। उत्तरा मैडम, आपको मैं सलाम करता हूँ। आपने अपने बेटे को बुलाया और पहले आपने बताया। Such a beautiful thing to say, isn't it? Such darling moms make our life, isn't it? When we talk of a vote of thanks, I would like to start with the parking attendant there. Such a nice, such a kind chap. कहता है साहब, पार्किंग खत्म हो गया है, अभी आप उधर जाके उधर ही ट्राई करो। I loved it. When I tried, I did find a spot. So big thanks to even that guy out there. Thanks to the electrician who is waiting for us to finish. He has kept the AC working. He has kept the lights working. He has kept the display equipment, LCD working. He has kept the acoustics working. There was no feedback sound. There was no unnecessary noise. And there was no power failure. So we have to be thankful to them. Our lead club is RC Pune Camp. You guys are fantastic. Close coordination, tight control, but very polite. From the district side, of course, Madam Manjoophadke is our leader. Bridge Sethi sir, Tina ma'am. Tina ma'am is a magnet. She can attract all resources, put it under her command. Fudgy ki beti hai na? Command, control, organize. How can we not be thankful to such a nice person? Very well done. And Jyotindra Zaveri sir, with his very polite, nice management, he did not at all make us feel that it is getting late. We started only 6 minutes late, which is fine, because many of us were being driven around this place by the parking attendant. But look at this entire hall packed. Thank you all for your solidarity and your support. And the great takeaways that we are taking from here is, we are not different, we are not difficult, we are different. Everybody is acceptable, everybody is to be tolerated. सबको सीने से लगाना है और स्वीकार स्वीकार स्वीकार. That is it. So love you all, thank you all the best.
Everybody say DEI.
Thank you very much.